The State of Crypto is presented by Tron, connecting the world to the power of cryptocurrency.
All right, joining us now to discuss is Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who's also the editor of CoinDesk, the State of Crypto newsletter. So how about it? Sam Bankman-Fried saying that he'll testify before lawmakers about FTX's collapse. What can you tell us?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I guess that's happening. Now, this is the House Financial Services Committee, so there are going to be 2 hearings next week. House is going to hold its on Tuesday. The Senate Banking Committee will hold one on Wednesday. And we haven't heard yet whether or not Bankman-Fried intends to appear at the Wednesday hearing, the Senate hearing. That's the one where the leaders of the committee, Senator Sherrod Brown and Pat Toomey, said that they would subpoena Sam Bankman-Fried if he did not get back to them by 5 p.m. yesterday, which he did not. So there are a number of questions. One being, will he be, as Lauren said, will he be attending in person? 2, what are the focus going to, are they going to focus on the actual collapse, on his role, on, what possibility there is that customers can recover their funds? I don't think we have a final list yet of the other witnesses either. So we'll, continue to see how that particular hearing shakes out. And of course, I think the big question is, if he does return to the U.S., what happens then? Because I imagine there's going to be a lot of interest in basically this entire thing. So it's going to be an interesting week.
And he'll have to swear. Swear as in swear himself in. Yeah, this isn't like talking to Andrew Ross. Yeah, it's not talking to Andrew Ross Sorkin and getting a back rub from the New York Times. This is Congress, and he's got to raise his hand and swear. I mean, I don't know what his views are on the afterworld, but at least affirm if he can't swear. Nonetheless, this now becomes serious business. He can't lie.
Right. Yeah. I also imagine that the Senate or the House rather is going to be a little bit less, interested in some of the, equivocation that Bankman-Fried has put into some of his responses to reporters. So, I don't know if that, a congressman is going to accept, it was my responsibility to keep an eye on this, but obviously something happened and I don't know what, and, all of a sudden $8 billion went flowing out the door. That's the kind of response that has raised questions in the, recent past amongst members of the, crypto industry and lawmakers and regulators, because there are questions of, how do you operate an exchange and not notice, you're missing that big a hole. So
Nick,
yeah.
You were talking about these giant holes, but a lot of companies are also facing this kind of problem. And now SEC Chair Gary Gensler says, "Hey guys, don't forget to disclose this on your next report." So what exactly is happening here?
Yeah, so switching gears then, this is the SEC Division of Corporation Finance, which is one of the divisions within the SEC. It's actually, I don't know if Gensler himself is directly involved. I imagine CorpFin has been probably paying close attention. But yesterday they put out some guidance saying if you're a publicly traded company with crypto exposure and exposure to crypto risks in particular, you have to disclose them. They sent out they published a sample letter that they will be sending out, or they have sent out to some of the companies under its purview, basically saying like, hey, yeah, if you happen to have some kind of exposure to crypto companies that have gone bankrupt in the last couple months, or that are otherwise in, kind of a state of precariousness because of the aforementioned bankruptcies, you make sure that your, customers, that your users know. And, I think there's 2 ways to look at this. One being, the SEC is coming after crypto again. And 2 being, wow, like this crypto industry has had a really rough couple months, and companies that aren't being honest about their exposure to it might run the risk of harming their customers. And either way, this is going to be it's another sign that the industry's again had pretty bad time of it, but also that it is of significant enough role that people really want to pay attention and be aware of just how intertwined some of these financial companies might be with this industry.
Well, that's going to keep Tesla and MicroStrategies busy.